we can classify the flowers based on the color, based on the size, based on the smell, and based on how they grow. So today in this meeting we are going to learn about the plants which we classify them based on their habitat. Habitat means where do they grow. So we classify the plants based on where do they grow. So there are two main groups. What are they? The one is land plants and other one is the aquatic plants. So what is land plant? Land plants is the plants which grow on the land. And the aquatic plant is the plants which grow on the water. So let's talk about more about the land plants. So land plants especially we can find in the forest, in the garden, in the field and also in the desert. For example, cactus we can find in the desert. And some land plants they grow on the tree or they grow on the man-made surfaces like on the wall or on the roof. So remember, the roots of the land plants always connect with the soil or always connect with the land. So that's about land plants. We can take the examples such as coconut tree, mango tree, rose plant, even bird nest, mosses or orchid. All these plants we consider as land plants. So the next one is aquatic plants. So some aquatic plants are found in small water bodies like in the ponds, while others we can find in the sea like seaweed. So plants growth in the water we can classify as three other main groups. What are they? Floating, partially submerged or totally submerged. Let's talk about what is floating aquatic plants. So the floating aquatic plants are the plants float on the water surface with their roots hanging down in the water. For example, duckweed plant. So these plants are floating on the water surface. And the second one is partially submerged. So these plants have certain parts in the water and other certain plants above the water. So some parts are inside the water and some parts are above the water, such as lotus, water lily and many other. I think that you ever seen the lotus and the water lily. So these aquatic plants we call it partially submerged water plants. And the last one is totally submerged. That means these plants grow completely underwater. For example, hydrilla. So if you want to see these kind of plants, you have to go inside the water or you have to dive to the water and see these kind of aquatic plants. So remember, we classify the plants based on their habitat. There are two main groups. What are they? Land plants and aquatic plants. And also land plants we can find anywhere in the land surfaces such as forest, garden, field and desert. And the water or the aquatic plants, there are three other subgroups we classified into. What are they? Floating, partially submerged and totally submerged. I hope you understand about this material. If you have any question, feel free to ask from